To customize the client profile fields, head to Setup, Clients tab, and Edit Fields. From here, it's going to bring us to the form builder. Underneath, you will see the default fields that are already set up in the system. Over here, you'll see two columns to start off with, required by client versus required by staff. Under required by clients, if the check marks are indicated, what that means is that when a client is to go online and register themselves, these will be mandatory fields that they must fill in. So let's just say, for example, we have first name, last name, email, cell phone, and address and home location. These are mandatory fields, meaning that if they don't complete this part of the registration, they won't be able to actually create a profile for themselves. And what that's going to happen is it's going to then prevent them from moving forward in the online process of maybe making a booking or whatnot. On the other hand, we have required by staff. So required by staff would be when a staff creates a client profile on behalf of the client. So we can do this by going to add clients, and we're going to learn a little bit more where else we can add new client profiles. But if a staff were to go ahead and add a new client, what fields are mandatory that the staff must fill in to complete that registration process on behalf of the client? It may differ because let's say, for example, staff get really busy, right? They're at the front desk. They have maybe 5, 6, 10 people standing in front of them needing to maybe sign in. Maybe they have billing inquiries. And then we also have new clients who need to sign up. In that case, maybe we wanted to make it a little bit quicker process for the staff. So maybe we can go, you know what, just for staff, we can have first name, last name, and maybe just an email address so that we can get them set up with an account, they can sign up and whatnot, right? We can make it as minimal as we can. And if there are differences between required by clients versus required by staff, let's say in this case, the staff, we don't have a cell phone, we don't have an address, and we don't have a home location, but it is required for the client. What's going to happen is when the client logs in online, whether through the client web app or through the Achieve app, they will be forced to have to put the missing fields in. And again, they will not be able to proceed with the application if they don't have those filled in. To the right of that, we have state. Under the state, you'll notice that some of these have an on button. If you see an on button, what that means is that we can turn it off. And what does turning it off do? It turns it into a private field that will no longer display for the clients and only staff in the backend will see it. So in that case, maybe for example, work phone, maybe this specific business doesn't care about the work phone because we already have their cell, we already have their home. Work phone's a little bit more excessive, we don't need it. We can then just turn this off by clicking on it, and that's going to toggle it off. It's now a private field. Again, clients will not be able to see it, only staff can see it. Onto the left-hand side, you will notice that some of these fields do have little arrows to the left of them. So some of them do not. For example, image, first name, last name, and email, there isn't arrows on it. But any of these other ones that do have arrows, what we can do is we can drag and drop to rearrange the order of these fields so that the client can see it in the order that we want them to see it. So let's say, for example, maybe cell phone and address is more of the important fields. So we can go ahead and just click on the arrows, click, drag and drop. Right? Maybe, for example, home location, I no longer need it. I can turn that off. Maybe gender is maybe something that we want. Again, we can just scroll it up, again, just to the way that we want it to. And that's it. That's how you would edit the custom fields under the form builder.